The archangel of Neztach is Haniel, meaning God is my grace, my favor or charm. She is the caring presence who nurses and soothes, fills one full of life and light. Haniel is said to have carried the prophet Enoch up into heaven in his ascendancy and transfiguration to become the archangel Metatron. She is the midwife to the birth of the higher soul. She is the archangel of higher feelings, refined emotion, and the lifting of our emotional perspective to that of great beauty. She shows much tenderness. Haniel is often depicted in art holding a soul and saving it from falling into the abyss. Haniel, through elated or religious emotion, is the rising sense of illumination. It is from Neztach that she lifts the soul in elation towards Tiferet, beauty, and the higher sephirah on the tree. In the ascension, the first three sephirah of Malkut, Yesod, and Hod stabilize the base or foundation from which the soul must rise. But Neztach is the first sephirah that inspires such lifting, and it is Haniel as the vital feeling of life and beauty that carries the soul in this ascent. She lifts the soul up across the abyss into the supernal realm towards ultimate victory. She is the angelic manifestation of human-based love, the nurse and caregiver of the angelic world. She tends to the righteous as nurses tend to a patient, nourishing the nefesh. For we are all creatures in her care. Haniel is embodied by cultural matriarchs who tend to look after souls. Haniel is the angelic master of love, polarity, gender, emotions and feelings, but also a watcher over social relationships. She is the essence of loving friendship and brings confidence and emotional balance. Under the auspices of Haniel, the soul makes promises and lives by them. In an instant, Haniel can change your mood from one of great hopelessness to one of great joy. She is the implanting of unconditional love into the earthly-based conditioned love, opening it into feelings of great happiness and joy. She helps you to shine and emit an inner glow, a friendly, warm light. She is the angelic function of assistance to help a soul shine. She is the embodiment of another meaning for the word Neztach, eternity. Haniel aligns with the tarot card of the Seven of Cups, Bria in Neztach, and the water of Venus. This position represents creative living through one's choices and working with the options available. It is emotionally driven creativity through the use of dream and vision to invent a life that is enhanced and modified from the life one is currently living. This card reminds us that our outcomes are not set in stone. The Archangel shows us the nurturing love that is present or absent in our lifestyle choices and the way we behave towards others, that designates the color of our humanity. Those who are loved and nurtured by Haniel live and drive their emotions towards the ascension. Their unselfishness is unrivaled in their ability to help others. They are chaste and reserve their soulful engagements towards things of value and worth. This emotional drive is our basic desire for divine life, Chaya HaKodesh, and the desire to share it with others. Such devotion takes us to God within, and those who live expressing the God within, giving it a full animated momentum, are the Elohim. The choir of angels in Neztach are the Elohim, the gods, or the godly beings, mighty ones. Elohim in Binah is feeling God as a singular being within us. Elohim is a word that signifies the dichotomy of being, as a feminine noun with a masculine plural, denoting union between male and female and the understanding of the many as one. Elohim as a choir of angels in Neztach refers to the many, tzavayot, as the inner God active and expressive in cultural fields from the collections of light-filled intelligences that gather together from their varying sources in our life. This may be gathered from the pantheon of gods worshipped by polytheists, the gathering of angelic intelligences who unify as our emotional intelligence, or even the gods in nature about us, found in the animals and plants and the spirits of the land and forests, the totems. Each animal and plant in nature offers us an experience upon our own existence. They show by their abilities how we may evolve and expand, yet they also portray to us what it means in comparison to be human. The Elohim are all those who nurture us through life and from nature, and show us how to live properly and in accord with Torah, with courtesy, manners, environmental harmony, filial piety, and plain goodness. They express traits such as empathy, consideration, concern for well-being, are wholesome, and act in accord with insight from these qualities. They live with better judgment and are signified by groups in culture known as the righteous or elect, a group of associated people that live the truth and light of their Lord, Yahweh Tzavayot. Thus the Elohim are likened to creatures devoted to life and lifestyles, to live well and in goodness, that offer respect and love, kindness and consideration. They are like the light of all our emotions gathered together in song, like a dawn chorus in nature. We experience the Elohim through our loving, caring actions selflessly towards others. Like the way we fondly bathe our pets and loved ones in affection, our friends in loving joy, and offer assistance to our associates. The great patriarch Noah is a good example of this. Chosen by God to survive the great flood, he is commanded to gather a breeding pair of each species of animal and take them on the ark and care for them. He becomes the Parzuf of the Lord of hosts, so to speak, in preserving life and the varying holy powers and perspectives that each creature holds that shows us aspects of our own humanity. Like Noah, we are called to respect all life that God has given us, for they are gifts that, by their light, show us the dimensions of our world and spirit. The Elohim are like the angels that come through our group of friends, and the light that they offer us to gather ourselves together emotionally in support through the act of caring and sharing. They are ecological, so to speak, in that they contain the holy presences that gather about us through the various beings in our culture, from people and our environment. The mystery of friendship is great indeed, for some alluring spirit draws friends together that is not altogether obvious. It holds intrigue, humor, compassion, acceptance, forgiveness, and many virtues which with friends come quite naturally. We see a beauty in our friends where others may not. It is one of the great mysterious connection of souls, which is the blessing of the Elohim.